Good afternoon. You are tuning into Ovens and Murray Live Netball, kindly brought to you by McRae Motors. I'm Rhiannon Harris. It's the round 12 top of the table clash, second place Wangaratta hosting ladder leaders and reigning premiers Yarrawonga. Tamara Matthews, could we be seeing the match of the season in these really delightful, sunny, hot conditions?
Hello, Ree. Well, I think we'll probably be seeing the match of the round, and I really, really hope that whilst it's windy and blustery and it feels like it's about to snow, I really hope the rain holds off so that we do see a really high-quality game.
as do I, and I think we do. Lots of experienced campaigners out there. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we broadcast from today, the Yorta people, and pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend this respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today tuning into this feed at any point. We apologise with the technical issues last week. The live feed went down, so we're hoping that this is coming to you loud and clear, and as always the recordings are available post-match. This week's seen the celebration of NAIDOC Week across Australia, celebrating and recognising the history, culture and achievements of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. It's been an opportunity for the all Australians to learn about First Nation cultures and histories and their participation in celebrations of the oldest continuous living cultures of the earth. To coincide with NAIDOC Week, the O&M is commemorating its Indigenous round with an official welcome and smoking celebration by local elder Darren White, and was held during the week and really well received, Tam.
Oh, it was. It's the second year we've had the welcome ceremony, like the ceremony. Last year was at QE2 Square, and all the clubs represented by players and some dances, and it was just fantastic, and it's really great to see the clubs embracing it and kicking off the Indigenous round with that celebration.
And those dances, the Malian mob from James Fallon High School, were beautiful, and a couple of my ex-students were in there as well, or family members of ex-students, so that was really nice. It was, again, quite a miserly day, and the poor girls, they were dancing with no shoes on and those sorts of things, and I really felt for them, but it was lovely to see, and it was a really respectful ceremony. And I think a great thing about having someone like Darren in our community is that he really embraces everyone, but loves to share the Wiradjuri culture and the culture of the Indigenous people of the lands of which we broadcast to and from. Last week saw a very one-sided round, all games going in the direction that we expected. First off was a really big win to the Raiders, 64 over the Wang Rovers, 37. Ava Kazitsky making her debut on the Raiders court and being named best on court in their win.
Yeah, so she played a full game, chatting to Jodie after that game, and she played a full game. They had Eliza Howard playing B grade. She's coming back from an injury, and Molly Goldsworthy unavailable. So it was great to see Ava get that opportunity. She's an absolute star and works super hard to be a better player. She's absolutely determined, and I have no doubt that when she got on that court, she took all before her. Alongside Zoe Prentice, who's obviously gone into that side this year. She also had some time back in the circle. So great to see another youngster coming up into the A grade.
Absolutely, and I thought it was really interesting to note their first quarter was 17 goals to 8. Particularly Rovers really were competitive the week before and kept Wang Magpies to a really small scoreline at that quarter time. So great first quarter, and then Taylor Donlan and Emily Stewart well on their shooting way. 34 from Taylor, goals put up, and 30 from M. Stewart. So they're really sharing the workload in there, and in such a big win that it is shared.
And I think that's really important, and I know that is something that they have been working on, is getting that workload shared, because I think, you know, traditionally Taylor was probably putting up the bulk of the goals. We know M. Stewart can be a really accurate shooter, and I know that Jodie's been doing a lot of work with her around getting her to turn, look and shoot, because when she does, she's really hard to beat, and we know she's athletic and she can do a lot of damage, and I think when they have that two-pronged attack, it's going to make them really difficult to match up against in finals.
Absolutely. Our match of the round last week, Myrtleford, a comprehensive win over Albury, 50-32. Again, really easy first quarter, set them up, and then they swung Sophie Hanrahan into goals in the second half. I still think there's more to come from Myrtleford. I still think they threw a lot of unforced ball away, but they did enough to take the win. Albury working with a couple of new combinations in their attack end, which they'll be looking to cement over the next few rounds to really try and see if they can knock the door on that 5th position.
Yeah, I agree. I think we saw a better game from Myrtleford, and I think we're starting to see them improve like we probably expected them to. And I think that will need to continue over this back half of the season coming into finals if they're going to contest against the top sides. But certainly a much better performance by them. Great to see Evie Hughes come on and have a fantastic game. Soph Hanrahan was just phenomenal. I think she brought her own ball to the game we spoke about last week. And as I said, I think she might be going for a Hot Shots award as well after the way she played in goals. But was really impressed with Brigitte Singy's performance for Albury, but also Alice Carroll. I thought she had a fantastic game on the wing, and we know Albury are a bit undermanned with Sky gone, and they're going to look to some of those youngsters to come through, so it's great to see her
great opportunity.
Yep.
And Lily Howe as well, just trying to find that attacking combination to really complement the goals that she's putting up. Yarrawonga 20-goal victors over North Albury. Probably a scoreline people thought might have blown out a little bit more, but when you see that Hannah Symes was absent due to illness, it gave Annalise Grinter the chance to come back onto the A-grade court after having a baby at the end of last season. They're still missing Tilly Kennedy, who's living it up over in Europe. So Sarah Moore started the game in wing attack. And North Albury still without M. Brown and a lot of youngsters rolling through that team. And we think that Grace Hay was also unavailable. So I think North Albury will be really glad to have posted 40 goals against Yarra. But I think Yarra will be wanting to put 4 consistent quarters together this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I was speaking to Soph Cole-Hagan during the week. And look, yeah, she said they were really pleased that the margin didn't blow out and with their performance against Yarrawonga. And look, great to see Kalisha Pell for Yarra continuing to put up some big numbers and obviously some great performances together.
And North actually won the third quarter, 15 goals to 11. So credit to them and what they're doing, and they'll keep pushing. And again, they'll be wanting to knock off Albury today and really see if they can cement that 6th position and really knock on the door of 5th. In the last game, Wangaratta Magpies, 68 goals, the victors over Wodonga 36. Again, going in the way that we thought, but I think they'll be really a lot happier with their consistency over 4 quarters, particularly their third quarter was a 19-goal to 10 quarter. So I think they'll be a lot happier with that.
Yeah, and Amanda Yamansky put up a huge number of goals, 51 goals I think it was, and she's obviously building back to her best after that return from a knee injury, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she puts out there today against a quality opposition in Yarrawonga. We saw her a few weeks ago and she's certainly moving well, so I think she's going to be a hard one to stop.
And we did mention that combination with Georgia Clark for Amanda is new, so both of them really trying to work that out. So we'll just have a look at the team cards for today. We'll start with the Wangaratta Magpies, which are coached by Hannah Grady and Lou Byrne. And I was messaging Hannah last night. Their dresses, they're beautiful, really predominantly white dresses. They're clash dresses, they're calling them, are designed by Uncle Dozer Atkinson and his brother Kevin. So we have seen them already this season. They wore them when they played Albury Tigers as a bit of a clash dress, and talking to the Yarra girls just before, we were talking about how much easier it is, particularly when they are so close, how good they look. So they will also be donning bibs, as will Yarrawonga, that have been designed by Johnny Murray, and the bib design is encapsulating women in sport, women in our region, and designed to really capture the 4 language groups in our area. Johnny Murray also designed quite a few of the Indigenous Guernseys that the boys are supporting, so it'll be great to see those out on court today. Yeah,
they look fantastic. I love the white dresses. I think they look great out on court, and it provides a great contrast against a club like Yarrawonga, so I think it'll be great to see. And then, as you said, really topped off by the bibs and the design that's individualised to each of the clubs.
So Wangaratta starting with Amanda Yamansky in goal shooter and Georgia Clark in goal attack, Izzy Byrne in wing attack, Ellie Cooper in centre, Leah Genevieve in wing defence, Hannah Grady goal defence, Katie Dean in goalkeeper, with Brooke Price, Kelly Keane and Amy Byrne. On the bench, back to their probably standard 10 for their A-grade team. They've had a few people on holidays and away, and I think that's the luxury that Wangaratta have at the moment, is that they have some key personnel that can really just rotate and be an impact player on court.
Yeah, they do. They have the depth this year that they possibly haven't had other years, and that probably a lot of other clubs don't have. So they're really blessed in that respect, and they're able to get court time into a lot of those girls. So Brooke Price being away, girls get to come in and have some court time. Katie Dean away last week, Brooke Price gets to come in and have that court time. Likewise when Kelly was away. So they're able to get girls on and off the court quite a lot, and that makes them versatile and adaptable come finals. Their starting lineup today with Ellie centre, Izzy wing attack. I like that starting lineup. it'll be interesting to see how long they stick with that. They tend to start that and then move that. So I guess it will depend on the matchups and how that's playing out for them.
And interesting, that's the lineup they went to against Wang Rovers 2 weeks ago, and that got them a 9-goal advantage at halftime.
Yes.
So, yeah, will be really interesting, and can't wait to see a couple of the matchups on court. For the Yarrawonga Pigeons, coached by Laura Irvine, starting goal shooter Maddie Allen, goal attack Kalisha Pell, wing attack Sarah Moore, centre Laura Davis, wing defence Laura Ryan, goal defence Kylie Leslie, goalkeeper Hannah Symes, with Emily Larissy and Emily McNamara on the bench. And probably one of the key matchups I'm interested to really see is Leah Genvy and Sarah Moore. I was talking to Sarah's during the week after she'd played wing attack on the weekend, and she said when was told her last weekend she'd be starting there, she was a bit like, what, are you sure? But as I said to her experience is unmatched. And with Tilly Kennedy overseas at the moment, that rotation's great to see. Experience, but then experience giving Kalisha Pell that opportunity in goal attack with Maddie Allen as such a strong goal shooter behind her.
Yeah, because what Sarah does so brilliantly, and unlike probably any other player in our league, is she just sets up the play for the players around her and brings girls into the play. And wing attack, that is one of the key roles of a wing attack. And so she is able to do that in that position. And she is on the circle there. She can talk to Kalisha. She can help her to know where her defenders are. And that'll be really important against Katie and Hannah today, allowing her to know where those defenders are. Sarah will be smart with the feeds. She won't put the ball to where the defenders are. She'll be really able to sort of, I guess, anticipate their movement. She knows how those defenders move. So I think that's probably a really good starting lineup.
And the other matchup that is going to be really great on court is Laura Davis and Ellie Cooper. They are both phenomenal athletes. They're both so clever, both so great in attack, but I love the defensive aspect that they both bring to their game. So it will be interesting to see them, and I expect them to be, there'll be no air between them. They'll be running side by side for as long as they're on the court.
They do, and it will be a great matchup. Teammates a few weeks ago in the Ovens and Murray side, and both beautiful people, and will have so much respect for each other as opponents on the court, but absolutely super competitors and will leave nothing to chance. And as you said, their defensive efforts are really outstanding. It'll be that patience in attack and who can control the ball when they're moving it through.
We can see Izzy Newton just waiting for Laura Davis or Hannah Symes to do the toss in front of us. So we've both been sitting on the...
Something's happened at the toss. Umpire Michelle Wilson's in hysterics over there.
Two very seasoned campaigners doing a toss as well, so I don't know what's happened there. But Tam, we've both changed our minds with our tips over the course of the week. So I'm going to go Wang by 3.
Yeah, look, I think if the rain can stay away, I'm going to say Wang by a goal. Predominantly off the back of some injury and some illness to Yarrawonga. I'm not sure they're at their full strength. But also I think the run that Amanda Umansky is starting to bring to the Wang side, I think it's going to be really great to see her, at full speed today.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Keely Boulevant. She's playing her 100th game at the Albury Tigers today. She may well have lined up in B grade already, as well as possibly running through in A grade as well. So shout out to Phil if you're on the feed. We're a big supporter of the O&M Live Netball through 777 Automotive, but great for Keely, and it was really nice. She was their representative at the launch the other day, and she was really looking forward to the weekend, and I know the girls there will get around her today. And another legend of the court, Julie Hornwig, is over on the bench assisting Lou Byrne, and has done a few trading runs with the Wangaratta Magpies, but with the Lavington Panthers as well. So great to see such experience getting brought into our competition.
Yeah, she's been a long time, support for the Magpies over the last, quite a number of seasons. I think she's had a connection with them and supported them and helped them along the way with different training sessions here and there. So it's great to see that experience being brought in and players getting access to that knowledge. And I just think it's phenomenal, and we often don't pay respect to that enough.
As the girls are just getting ready for the first whistle, our first quarter action, thanks to Cavalier Homes. Mia Lavis will head down to the Aussie camp very soon for the Commonwealth Games, that youth team that she's in. But also Sophie Fawns, another regional athlete playing for the New South Wales Swifts in today's Suncorp Super Netball Grand Final.
Didn't she put on a show last week? So good.
she's a alumni from the same high school as me in
Yes,
Wangaratta, Kringle
they are
High
great.
School. So, no, it's just great to see these regional athletes doing such great things. And Yarrawonga, the Pigeons with the first centre pass going from Davis to Moore out in wing attack. Hands, pressure there from Dean, a tip on the ball, but a contact as she came around the body. Ellie Cooper, her first touch of this round 12 clash. Pell to Moore. Allen, a great setup from her body work. Rebound, but clever knock there from Grady to Dean. And the transition play.
And I think we can expect to see a fairly fast transition from Wangaratta if they're given the space and the timing to do so. Probably quicker than Yarrawonga at times, as we see Clark with the ball, swings it to Byrne and finds Umansky over the back, and she'll take the first shot. And the first goal on the board goes to Wangaratta Magpies. So 1-0 to Magpies, getting an early break there as Cooper takes the ball off to Byrne, and Clark just keeping her toe over the line.
And Clark and Cooper was just trying to fix up her bib
Snoozing
in back play, but clever hands there. And Clark, great goal there from the Magpies. And particularly if this court stays dry, that transitional play from Wang will be hard to beat. More fancy footwork with Genevieve hot on her tails, but the ball is in with Pell. Miss from Kalisha Pell. Ball will be the hands of Magpies. Dean to Grady, but
great intercept by
great
Pell.
intercept. Nearly hands it straight back to the opposition. But an obstruction call. Good pull in from Allen directly under the post. Long shot.
Yeah, and look, she had a lot of misses last week, and I think she tends to rebound a lot of her own ball, and she'll have to do that today if her shots aren't going to sink it. As Magpies through Byrne Newton, on the line. Finds Clark, looks to go
Symes.
over, but Symes is in
Great
that front
defence there
position.
from Hannah Symes in that front position, and that's probably a play they won't be able to go to too often with that matchup in there for size.
And not enough on that ball. It was too flat, wasn't it, coming in as Davis finds Tyrrell, and Wang's defensive pressure is really strong here. And
every player has a player.
Not allowing
Genvi.
Yarrawonga.
Slash arm from Moore, but Dean again in front, getting the possession. So long ball from Grady, and a hand from Davis, possibly could have pulled that in with two. Genvi to Grady. Cooper outstretched, gives off to Clark. Nice attacking patience from the Magpies. The high ball goes into that mismatch between Umansky and Leslie. And a miss from Umansky.
Clark is out of court, trying to tap that back in. So it'll be a Pigeons throw-in. So Symes takes the ball through to Davis. And Wangaratta, really just taking up the space here for Yarrawonga. They're able to break through here, and Pell with the ball on the line goes back to Moore. So Allen's come out of the circle, but Pell's found her way in. Having to be patient here, aren't they, Ree?
Very, very patient. And you can see the four Magpies defenders all on ball side, really stopping where that ball is going to go. And a great first goal there for the Pigeons from Allen. So Magpies with the lead, 2-1 here on the 777 Automotive scoreboard. Cooper and Newton, quick hands, quick play there between the two attackers. Great refeed from Clark.
Yeah, she was given a lot of space there to work it back in under that post. Saw Newton down the corner of her eye, and another one on the board for the Magpies. And Moore off the line. Davis, smart play, but Moore has to go back to Ryan, her and Tyrrell. Sorry, Leslie, she is now. She has been for quite some time. And Pell is found wanting under the post. So another goal to Yarrawonga, and they'll move to 2, trailing the Magpies 3 here on the 777 Automotive scoreboard.
And Pell, traditionally a defender.
Played both. Played both ends of the court. Interestingly, selected in the rep side for the Ovens and Murray as a defender, both last year and this year. And has, I guess, for Yarrawonga this year really established herself as a shooter. So, yeah.
High shot there from Umansky. Rebounded well from Clark. And waited for the jump. The ball goes into Umansky.
And Ree, I think it's one of the interesting things about a lot of the up-and-coming young players is they can play both ends of the court. They're, not pigeonholed into one position, which is great.
As we see Moore and Ryan teaming up on that transition line. Waiting for that attackers, for the space to open up. Great ball there from Davis. And Maddie Allen with the Pigeons' third goal of this game. Magpies, Cooper to Newton. Oh, clever pick up from Davis. There's just a bit of congestion in that centre channel.
Yeah, and that was a bit better first ball pressure by Davis on Cooper there rather than just letting her get that first ball, which she was doing earlier. So Yarra with the turnover here as Ryan waiting for someone to come through and Genvi contesting, but Moore able to pull it in. And Davis goes to Pell deep on the line, and she's able to turn, balance, and pop it in. So smart balance play there by Kalisha Pell.
And great get back from the Pigeons.
It was great intercept by Davis. So 4-all on the 777 automotive scoreboard.
Davis to Ryan. Allen, great high ball into Pell there. Just bounces out, but Allen can't quite pull it in. I think Grady's foot just off court. Moore bringing Allen into the game, and a miss again from Maddie Allen gives Wang the opportunity.
And she's got a height advantage over those girls, so she really needs to be positioning herself to be able to pull those rebounds in.
And again, the defensive pressure. Davis coming through and making the most of that. Moore again clever at getting Clark right out of the way before moving. Davis forced to go back.
And Genvi just wearing more like an absolute glove there. She was finding it really hard to get some space.
3 or 4 dodges to get free. Credit to the footwork of Leah Genvi. Great goal there from Maddie Allen. They take the 1-goal lead, 5-4 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Played about 7 minutes on the McRae Motors time clock. Newton sets the penalty, gives to Clark. Georgia Clark, a great leveller from her 5 goals apiece. Davis, the congested defence there from Wang Magpies. Every player that is eligible to be in that midcourt. And
Genvi mops up. So well watched by Genvi. She saw the tip come off Cooper, and great team play and back up there to get a chase down on that one there, and they're able to transition.
That all started from the flooding of the line by the goal attack and wing attack to have 5 players in that centre third defensively, and then really trying to make sure that space was muddled up for the Pigeons.
And we saw them do that really well against Rovers a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Ree?
As Clark and Umansky, a little quick pass from there, but a rebound of her own miss and a goal from Amanda Umansky. They're back out to 1, 6 goals, plays 5 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard.
And that was better pressure from Laura Ryan off the line on Newton. She's let Newton get a couple of easy balls off that line. She probably needs to step off that pressure as Newton goes back to Genvi.
And
she
again,
has to go the pocket to Clark. Dangerous. Symes went hunting. And
Leslie
just gets over the hands of Leslie. Great pulling there by Umansky, and she's able to finish it off with a goal. So Magpies move out to 7, leading the Pigeons 5. And Yarrawonga quickly off the line.
Moore probably a little bit static there. Genvi half a second behind though, so just enough on it. Pell swings to Moore. And the baseline, little poppies on. Finished with a nice goal there from Kalisha Pell. 1 goal the lead to the Magpies. 7 plays 6 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. You can see goal attack and wing attack from the Pigeons, putting the pressure on as well.
Nice fake, but just a little bit too much on it. She looked out to Cooper and then swung it into Umansky. And so Symes with a throw-in for Yarrawonga.
Davis to Leslie.
Just being held up here by the great defence of Magpies. So arms over everything, having to go cross-court here to Leslie. Down
and having to really have to come high out of that circle. But well done to Kalisha Pell recognising that, and she slotted straight back into that circle.
Just lacking a bit of flow at the moment, Yarrawonga, aren't they?
And the pressure defence from Wang's really caused that and caused the turnover here.
And I guess we've got a different setup too, with more in that wing attack role.
The height there of Moore. Nearly got the tip, but Genvi was able to pull it in. Cooper and Newton timing. Grady, transition play to Cooper. Newton puts in the high ball to Umansky.
Nice quick release too. And
rebound.
Fell into her arms, didn't it, that one there? So Umansky able to finish off there. Moves Wangaratta out to 8, leading the Pigeons 6. Yarrawonga, oh.
Genvi again. And Davis, I think she thought it was her, but last off her shoe as Grady, Dean, Laura Ryan, well done.
Great balance to
Great balance to actually control the pass off that. And
likewise, Grady, yeah.
Cooper having to look sideways. Grady. Newton swings back to that reset on the line. Clark and the space opening up in front of Umansky. Oh, great jump from Symes on the pass there. Obstruction call. See Hannah Symes standing out of play. And a goal from Georgia Clark puts the Magpies out by 3. Their centre pass to come here. First quarter action thanks to Cavalier Holmes.
Symes goes hunting, but Umansky able to do enough with it and grab the ball and get it to Clark, who's under the post. So Wang really just all over the loose balls at the moment, aren't they, Ree? And making the most of their opportunities as Moore is forced to go back to Ryan. Nice quick release. It's a give and go to Davis. Moore with the ball again, and Allen again a long way from home, but Pell, smart play, sees her back there, balancing that up. So Moore with the ball on the circle, looking for the front option, Pell. And then she takes the shot and scores. So Yarrawonga staying in touch, 7 goals, trailing the Magpies 10. So Cooper takes the ball for Wangaratta, and Newton having no trouble off that line there.
Cooper to Newton. Oh, great work from Umansky to pull that in and get the flick off court. Clark. Clever ball work from Georgia Clark there. Really intense, making it the fake as Moore.
The second phase defence from Wangaratta is so quick to get into position that when the centre pass turned, they are already there and there is just no one to get the ball to.
Just see the 4 defenders in that third, all just on their toes, moving. And Leah Genvi in wing defence is forcing both Davis and Moore to have to make 3 or 4 dodges before they can actually get any space away. But Maddie Allen keeping the Pigeons in touch. 11 plays 8 here on the 777 Automotive scoreboard. Newton to Clark. Back to the line to Grady. Pops it to Cooper at the top of the circle. Clark refeeds again. Newton on her own in the pocket closest to us.
And a great roll there by Umansky into the back space. And Newton watched that, saw that happen unfold and popped it into her. And so they'll move to 12, leading by 4 here, late in the first quarter. Davis, I think that might have been a replay. She knew it too.
As Grady steps up. This attacking play from the Magpies. Cooper to Clark. Newton to Clark again. Umansky finding the front space. And a great goal there from Amanda Umansky. Takes the Magpies out by 5, 13 plays 8 here on the 777 Automotive scoreboard. Just over a minute to play. McRae Motors time clock. Leslie. Fading ball.
Always dangerous trying to go over here. Great drive by Pell and just not quite able to control her footwork there.
Magpies pulling in the scraps. Ryan tries to replicate the same at the other end. Defensive pressure from the Pigeons, trying to stop another goal late in this first quarter. And the space opening up in front of Umansky. The pass from Clark and a goal from Clark takes them to 14 here. Davis to Moore. Ryan and Moore double playing to get that transition play moving. Allen. There's the space opening up. Both defenders taken to Pell, and a great goal from Allen brings them to 9, trailing by 5. The Magpies leading 14. Newton, Cooper, Umansky coming out to that top of the circle, and the siren rings for quarter time. This is O&M Live Netball. Magpies with the 5-goal leads, 14-9. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol?
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball, broadcasting to you from the Norm Mims Oval in Wangaratta with the Magpies, a 5-goal lead to the Pigeons, 14 plays 9, second quarter action about to get underway. With the Pigeons, with the centre pass, they'll be wanting to make the most of this centre pass straight off the bat. And we can see a couple of positional changes in the Pigeons lineup. Sarah Moore being swung back to goal attack, and Emily McNamara taking the court for the Pigeons in wing attack. She's just lined up in that mid-court in B grade, but the ball spills out, and Magpies on the attack, and how quickly they sent that ball from defence to attack Cooper and Umansky, but a touch sees Pigeons with the throw-in Symes.
And no changes to
Ryan.
Wang, and why would you after the way they
Great
started?
first quarter.
Yeah.
And Davis and Ryan, they're just really being pigeoned into that side channel at the moment. More bring it back into centre channel. Quick play there. Great refeed from Davis to Allen.
Oh,
and first goal of the quarter goes to the Pigeons, bringing them up to 10. Cooper to Newton. Clark and Newton Cooper.
Oh, great ball release and great movement by Yamansky away from the post and then allowing herself that backspace to move into. As Pigeons more, she releases to Allen. She's able to keep it in and finds Davis on the circle. So great ball control there to keep it in play and then receive the ball back again and put the goal in. So Yarra moved to 11, trailing 15. And both sides here just getting a little bit more flow and momentum in the early stages of this quarter.
And Newton, great hands there from Ryan, really setting the 3 feet and keeping her hands over the ball. But Clark in goal attack. Longer shot from her. Umansky keeps the ball in play and a clever pick up from Ryan McNamara and more to Allen. Davis fakes space in front of Allen. Grady gets a hand to it and it's not a contact or an obstruction. More though, clever movement. Stepping in for her first goal of this game. They are back to 3, 15 plays 12 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard.
Great contest there by Grady off the line.
Not enough on it, and Dean coming up with a beautiful intercept for the Magpies. They're forced to go back. They're happy to start the attacking play again, and Newton utilising that centre channel, just cutting straight through the middle of the court. Grady and Genvy on a 17-4 goal lead here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. If we talk about the quarter's best, Tam, I thought Hannah Grady and Leah Genvy for the Magpies made it really, really hard for the Pigeons to penetrate into their circle.
Absolutely. The defensive pressure off that transverse line, that second phase defence was outstanding and really just put a stop to the Pigeons, even getting the ball in the
fabulous
circle.
Rebound from Hannah Symes there, but just out of Umansky presenting front for a pass there and a contact. Put Symes out of play. Rebound opportunity for the Magpies goes astray. Pigeons on the attack. Davis. We want to see more of McNamara finding space in the pocket. A clever feed there and movement from Moore. Back to 3. 17 plays 14 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Davis to McNamara.
Back to Davis, finds Moore at the top and looks to Allen but decides to
Davis.
loop a little pass to Davis, and I'm not sure.
She clapped her hands there. She knew that wasn't
the
best option, but again, to the pressure of the Magpies, they forced the error. And on the attack, Cooper and Newton Bounce pass across and
dangerous.
Leslie coming through.
Yes.
That's danger of that cross-court ball, and particularly the bounce pass.
Yeah, bouncing.
Leslie's wheelhouse to come through off that circle. Ryan to Davis, Leslie, and Davis double teaming. Davis forced to reset. Moore deep in the pocket.
And Davis, great communication there. She saw the spaces there and just calling Alan back under the post and releasing it.
You could hear Moore stay out of that as well and calling Alan into that post position.
She'd done some
back
work
to
up.
2.
She'd done some work up. She might have still been coming. That mightn't have been by choice.
What did we used to call her? Clyde. McNamara, though, with the defensive work there over the ball. Slowing the Pigeons, the Magpies run down here. Newton forced to go sideways to Cooper. Happy for the reset. Bounces to Clark. Hands over from Leslie. Great work.
Oh.
Shooter to shooter pass. Clark off balance.
The shot off balance, yes.
But a great goal there. Springs in her feet. More quick refeed to McNamara. And Moore brings them back to 1.
That defensive pressure is allowing Leslie and Symes to get those intercepts, and so important. The defensive pressure up high as the ball bounces off a few people. Moore picks up the scraps, looks at the shot before swinging it wide, but offside
So
call.
much contesting going on, and great to see the umpires really letting the contested play go.
Yes.
And calling the contacts that are real contacts.
Have two teams that are so evenly matched, and the contacts are happening, or the contest is happening, and it's not interfering with the play, and play is evenly matched. They go.
McNamara and Genvi are having a real battle in that wing attack, wing defence. It's been great to see. McNamara has been really great since taking the court at quarter time. Clark, though, and Newton,
Back to Newton.
transitioning. Cooper holding that in front of Ryan.
Ooh.
Coming back into the space. She looked like she was nearly out in no man's land there for a little second, but deceivingly so. Moore having to go back to Leslie. Ryan finding the space. Sideline channel to Davis. Leslie bringing it closer to us. McNamara to Davis. Both shooters are there, but
smart tap by Genvi, but just offside.
It's offside, toe offside. So you can hear more.
Yep, telling her where to go.
Where to go, and using the screen to put the ball out in front of Alan. We are even 18 goals apiece here in this second quarter, thanks to Cavalier Home. Great work from the Pigeons. They've brought back this 5-goal quarter time margin already. Newton again having to go back to that trend line. The defensive pressure, Davis. And that box unit of the Pigeons forces the turnover, and they're into attack. More resets. Davis and Leslie teaming up. More McNamara. Well done from her to be off that circle.
Yeah, just more space there.
And
so Davis waiting.
Magpies replicating the defensive pressure of the Pigeons there, forcing them, and just patience. So the Pigeons, first time they've been in the lead this game for a while. 19 plays 18.
Pigeons just sat off there and just spread the defence there of
Moore.
And Grady just shakes their head. She knew she was
Dean
caught out there.
Went for the tip.
And Grady and Moore, gee, they would have had some battles over the years. So lost count of how many times they've run it up against each other as Cooper takes the ball from the Magpies. Newton, she's received nearly every centre pass I think the Magpies have had. She's back off the line, off the circle, sorry. Cooper, great give and go to find circle edge. Goes in the front to
And that was the definite contact from Leslie as she came around. Just didn't quite get her feet around enough. The pass goes lacking and Davis pulling in the scraps. Umansky coming through with the contact. Leslie to McNamara. Davis. Cooper's arm. She just sets that 3 feet so lovely.
And definitely doesn't she. She's quick to get back.
Oh, Grady, she saw it and she went to go for it. Allen sitting off at the top of that circle. Passes.
That backspace was on, but the tip to it interfered with that. So Pigeons having to reset here. Davis, smart little bounce pass, finds Moore. Great hands by Dean, but not enough to stop the shot of Moore. So Yarrawonga moved to 21, leading the Magpies 18 here.
Currently an 8-goal turnaround to the Pigeons in 11 and a half minutes of play. Moore, the smarts. Oh, and the pass to Allen. Gives off Grady a tip.
Yes, and it came off the Magpies. So it'll be a Pigeons throw in there. So Moore will take the ball for Yarrawonga. Fakes.
Contact is outside the circle. Davis. McNamara holding strong.
A bit big, so Moore having to chase the ball out.
Again, Cooper with the arms
coming
again.
Off just to create a bit of space. And again, just sitting off. And Dave, there's been a couple of little alley-oop passes by Moore today.
18 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. 12 and a half minutes played. Davis and Cooper having a tussle there, but it's Ryan that stood out of play for the obstruction higher up in the attacking third for the Magpies. Last few goals, a run from the Pigeons.
Sneaky little pass there, finds Clark under the post.
Symes obstructing, so taking them up to 19.
So a quick reply from Magpies, keeping them in it. Davis.
McNamara.
Ryan, great give and go from Laura Ryan, works it to the transverse line.
Again, those 4 defenders of the Magpies stepping up.
And
Grady.
Great tip.
This defensive unit, Dean and Grady, we speak about it every time we've broadcast them, but they are just so well timed and tuned. But clever work from Davis bringing Dean forward and Allen finishing with another nice goal there. Out to 23 are the Pigeons leading the Magpies 19. Cooper. Ball into the pocket. Leslie contact. Outside, leaves Symes with the 2-on-1. How can the Magpies utilise that overflow?
Oh, and Clark, baseline drive. She's a fair
undefended.
Out. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful goal. Swish there from Georgia Clark. She cannot be left alone for a long ball like that. Grady.
Great contest, just not able to pull it in. Davis mopping up the scraps.
Just, again, Genvy was right in the right position, but just the height of Davis a little bit more. Got there, great goal from Allen. Back out to 4 other Pigeons into the last minute of this second quarter, thanks to McRae Motors. Clark high in that attacking third. Newton, great hands from Ryan again. Ellie Cooper in the pocket, ball to Clark. Clark and Umansky.
Yeah. Although she was very close to she was right under that ring. They're hard ones to get, I would imagine. I'm not a shooter, neither are you.
Had a time.
But they do
spills
like
again. So can the Pigeons transition from end to end before this halftime siren goes? Great fight back from them in this second quarter. Moore to McNamara. Allen holding strong, and the buzzer goes for halftime. The Pigeons with the 4-goal lead at halftime, 24, leading the Magpies 20. This is O&M Live Netball, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognize this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip, and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball halftime. In the top of the table clash, second place Magpies with a little bit of work to do. 4 goals the difference, trailing reigning premiers in the Pigeons, who a 9-goal turnaround from the Pigeons in that quarter. Phenomenal, and we can see changes made in both parties, and what a great game of netball we've witnessed. The experience on both courts, the athletic ability, just the ability of all players has been sensational. And we teams, we can see Emily Larissy taking the court in goal defence for the Pigeons. Kylie Leslie swung into centre. Davis dropped back into wing attack. McNamara, a great quarter from her. I thought she really worked well in that attacking third, but it will be interesting whether or not she played 4 quarters in B grade beforehand, which would mean that she was only eligible for the 2 quarters in A grade. Is that correct?
That's correct, yep.
Which is what we saw in the North game a couple of weeks ago. And for the Magpies, Kelly Keane has taken the court in goal attack. Georgia Clark's dropped into goal shooter. Brooke Price has come out to goal defence, and Hannah Grady's gone into wing defence with Dean still behind. And Magpies nearly with the turnover.
So changes left, right and centre, right? This is interesting. So Magpies with the first turnover here. Price goes to Grady, and Cooper with a great strong drive through the mid-court finds Newton.
Grady to Keane. Newton and Grady. Cooper. There's probably a lot of junior teams can really learn a lot from watching the teams in this A-grade competition, but particularly these two teams. Both of them are happy to use that reset.
Yep.
So to take that extra pass, as Newton just does really cleverly here, the
one
pass
we
isn't
prepared
on.
earlier.
But just to take that half a second to let all the players reset and find the space in front of them as the Pigeons, with the touch, Larissy, her first touch of this game. Clark falling back, a beautiful goal from Georgia Clark, and the first goal of this third quarter action, thanks to McRae Motors.
Particularly when the ball's moving down so quickly, and and it hits circle quickly, and often the shooters aren't getting time to get into position. Swinging it back allows them to then reset their position as well.
Cooper to Keane. Kelly Keane, a very, very experienced campaigner, and a held ball to start. She tried the balk to get Larissy out of the way, but Larissy deemed to be in there a little bit too much on that transition ball.
Great chase by Kel there to pull that in as well. So
Newton.
Magpies with the ball back again. Grady on the line to Cooper. Great
Leslie
hands by
and
Leslie.
Cooper will be really interesting, and Tiz with the little tip in there, the ball just enough on that into Clark, and another lovely goal there from Georgia Clark brings them back to 2. 24 plays 22 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Moore to Davis. Allen. Price. Well read.
Yeah, really smart play to come out off that body. So Newton on the transverse line has to go back to Grady. So Pigeons going here with a one-on-one defence.
3 Pigeons players, but Davis
just offside.
Just offside. Great defensive pressure there from the Pigeons. Magpies still in possession. Cooper and Keane. Clark just probably a little bit early on the hold set up there for the ball to come in. Newton again forced to go back. The obstruction. Leslie encroaching on that 3 feet as she stepped through. Keane holding her position. Great hold over the ball there from Larissy. Attempts to come through.
And getting in that position early. So Keane, before she can even get the ball up. Yeah, she's got a great 3.
See the wind starting to pick up. We are back to 1-23 to the Magpies, 24 the Pigeons.
And
Magpies centre pass.
So Newton back to Price on the line, looking for someone, begging for
Moore
someone.
got her hands up there. Don't. And it's a contact.
So Leslie just needing to adjust here. So Cooper to Keane, and a quick refeed and swing by Keane. Has the ball under the post.
Larissy.
Wind would be just horrendous for a shooter. The tip from Ryan, not able to do enough with it, and Keane picked up the ball. But the umpires found a holding call on Clark. So Yarrawonga with the ball through Symes, goes to Ryan. Looking to go down, but forced to go sideways, and a great give and go by Ryan gets them some depth down the court.
And
great
Davis.
hands. Magpies are over everything here, and they are just not letting the ball through.
Newton's.
You see Grady at the top of the circle talking to the teammates, directing them where to go. Leslie with the ball in the pocket.
Price trying to come through off the ball. For a lot of the end of Brooke Price's time at the Raiders, she's playing a lot of wing defence, and it's really nice to see her back in the circle.
Yeah.
As well, like really strong out in that wing defence position. But I think that
She's a
circle, you really see that coming through as the Pigeons, their first goal of this third quarter. So it's taken them nearly 4.5 minutes to get their first goal. And it's a turnover.
That's a coach killer, not fully within the circle. So Magpies, an opportunity to get one back here. Newton calling for someone, has to go back to Grady. She finds Cooper with a great pass at the top of the circle, and Clark presents forward.
Beautiful goal.
She's got her eye in, that's for sure. And they move to 24, trailing the Pigeons, 25 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Cooper off balance, just releases in time to Newton.
The defensive pressure of both teams is phenomenal. Just everyone, as Leslie again nearly getting a hand through. Keane using the arch of the circle to her advantage, and Leslie throwing everything at that ball. And an offside call.
Not allowed in there this quarter, Kylie. You have to stay out.
Keane and Newton on the circle edge. Bit of a split circle from the Pigeons defender, so taking that space rather than a player.
Yeah, and they do tend to play that way. Even when Leslie's in there with Symes, they tend to play a split circle as Symes pulled out of play. So Keane with another shot, and she makes no mistake this time. So
Back to even.
Even Stevens here as Leslie will take the ball. She makes no mistake about being fully within this time. Finds Davis. They swing back, using all the players on the court at this stage, except for Symes who's sitting back in keeper. So Magpies making them work really hard. The pressure defensively.
All 4 defensive players.
Yeah,
and
huge.
Dean, though Grady predominantly that circle defender. Her in wing defence, just that flight ability to cut off a ball and just the talking and the work rate as we see them attack it and go end to end. Keane, though, can't finish it off, and Symes picks up the scraps. Cooper falling victim.
And I think you're right. When defence allows her to sit out, do the talk, the directing, and then she's not having to, and I reckon she was lucky to get away with that, Brooke Price. I think there might have been a push in order to get that ball.
Protesting to the umpire there, and the defensive pressure from the Pigeons is up again. All players finding a player, Grady.
But yeah, I think it allows Hannah to do that directing without then having to worry about chasing her shooter back into the circle. It's a real advantage they have. As Wang looks to go in.
Symes contesting again the tip and then carried on. Davis, well done from Alan there, recognising if Laura had taken the ball, it would have been the replay.
Great delivery by
feed
Leslie.
there from Leslie.
And Alan makes no
Finishing
mistake.
it off, back out to 1. 26 plays 25 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Third quarter action, thanks to our major sponsor, McRae Motors. Newton and Cooper. Grady, Clark, Keane.
She's not within distance.
Leslie and a Falcon there.
Falcon to Cooper. I think she's thinking there might have been a contact before
there.
that, but I don't think there was much in that. I think they're both contesting there as Davis finds the ball in the pocket and gets to Allen. She's not in distance. So Leslie.
Lots on that. Allen, a little bit too much on there. I don't think Leslie was actually ready for that ball at the top of the circle.
I wondered if she thought she was defence for a sec. She turned, looked like she was going to come down the court again, but
Price
disorientated. So
gives off to Cooper. And again, more Price taps it to herself. And just the defensive work rate of both teams is causing the attack to both of them a little bit scrappy.
Gets a tip to it. But Keane under the post finds Clark coming through. She'll make no mistake of that. And the wind is swirling. It must be shocking to be a shooter on a day like today. So 26 each as more off the line. Great hands over, but stepping in, probably not helping their cause there. They need to stay back and upright. Goes across to Ryan, finds Leslie. All the talk is coming from Magpies here. Davis trying
see
to
them all. That box defence. Allen
coming through.
Breaking through at the top of the circle, and
good composure by Moore just to pop out, and then quick release to find Allen, and she makes no mistakes. So they're able to find their way through that eventually and take themselves to 27, leading the Magpies 26 on the Cavalier home scoreboard.
Leslie
face plants, and she's pretty slow to get up there.
Flying there at the ball. Slow to get up.
And she's
calling time. And Keane, the equaliser here, as we see Kylie Leslie.
Yeah, so I think we'll see Davis. Looks like she's going to go back to centre.
McNamara coming back onto wing attack. That was a really heavy fall from Leslie there.
Yeah, and she's certainly
very ginger.
There's not much of Kylie either, so.
No, throwing everything at the ball. So the quick change here, McNamara into wing attack, swings Davis back into the centre. It'll be Yarra centre pass as we get back underway again. So the Pigeons in attack, Allen to Davis, McNamara, Moore turns and pings a long ball. 28 goals to the Pigeons, 27 to the Magpies there. Centre pass to come. Newton, Clark, Symes with the hands over pressure.
Great
Keane.
give and go by Cooper there. Finds herself on circle edge. Has to go over. But
Laura Davis doing her best defensively.
Ankle didn't snap then. That did not look pretty, but anyway.
Offside though, unfortunately, as Keane lines up. And a long ball from
Beautiful
Kelly
goal.
Keane back to even, 28 apiece here at the Norm Minns Oval. This is what you want from your top two teams. 8 to 4
Could we have
quarter
another,
here.
could we have another draw, Ree?
Oh, well, maybe that'll put all our fence sitting really at bay. But more waiting for Alan to come forward, and she does, and back out to 1:29, plays 28 here in the final 5 minutes of this third quarter, thanks to McRae Motors. Price and Newton, that was a very long diagonal ball.
Oh, bullet pass by Grady finds Newton. She has to go back to the transverse. And again, Yarrawonga all hands over and force the error. So Larissy picks up the scraps. McNamara with the ball finds Allen. They go back to the transverse while waiting for something to come forward.
Cooper
just gets past the hands of Cooper. She goes flying, and they have to swing it across to McNamara before Allen comes out. More with the roll, but again, having to go to a pocket before something opens up, and Price with the contact. So Moore will step in here, take the shot, make no mistake.
Back to 2, the lead to the Pigeons, 30 plays 28. And I'm wondering, Tam Matthews, although she took the court in the last quarter, is today Emily McNamara's first appearance in A grade for the Pigeons?
I
Or has
think
she taken the court
I'm not
perhaps
aware
earlier?
of her playing this
Yeah,
season. I
and
know
she's been really held her own out there.
Yeah, because they've debuted some other B graders
at different times.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So, and Tilly Kennedy obviously would normally be in the team too. So, yeah, I'm not aware of any other games she's played this season.
Really
so.
held her own out there as Moore just turns, pinging a mid-range shot back up to 3 goals. The lead here, 31 plays 28 as Newton. That centre pass receive again. Grady and Cooper, Newton, Keane, Davis doing her best to try and keep the space out between Newton, but it's a contact first. Forced to go sideways. Larissy, great jump and
Keane's
clever pass
smart.
from Keane. Clark just drops that one in. So 31 plays 29 here on the Cavalier Homes scoreboard. 2.5 minutes to play.
Oh, and Grady comes through,
in
not
his
able
third
to.
quarter. Oh, Grady.
And again, making a contest of everything he can, as she does. So McNamara has to go back to Ryan before Davis comes through. Moore begging for it before they give it to her. And again, finding the front position, Sarah Moore. And
Defender's eyes just down. That half a second allows the release to Allen. 32 plays 29 here on the Cavalier Homes scoreboard. 2 minutes to play and a throwaway centre pass there from the Pigeons. Ryan really working hard on the transverse line. Price with a hand in the attacking play of the Pigeons. And too much on it in that instance. Moore did have the space, but the ball just not quite connecting. Can the Magpies make good with this turnover? Clark.
And
Davis
through,
fading through just a little bit
too late.
A little bit too late.
A bit
Newton
low.
will step up to that circle edge. Clark tiptoeing in front of Symes.
Balance.
And great rebound there from the Pigeons. Larissy worked really hard in goal defence.
Oh, yep.
Just.
I think she was just in the third when she released that to McNamara. So they have it in the pocket.
Awkward take there from Moore. Looked like she was going to give it to Davis, but that look-away pass. Allen was ready, back out to 4.
Pirouetted, not so gracefully, but able to get there in the end.
Oh, the high ball.
She knows there's probably not long left. So Moore with the ball, steps in.
And passes again to Allen. The jump from Price. Oh, good enough to put Allen off the shot. Dean, with the rebound, and Moore contesting the ball of Price. Transition play here from the Magpies, being held up the defence of the Pigeons. Newton cutting that centre third. Grady to Price. Defensive pressure of the Pigeons really forcing Magpies to be patient. That ball goes in, but half a second too late. That's three-quarter time. Yarra with the 4-goal advantage, 33 plays 29. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognize this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip, and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Fourth quarter action is about to commence. What a cracking game this top of the table clash has been. The Pigeons with the 4-goal advantage and more, so providing us with a little bit of entertainment just before the first whistle went.
Practicing a jump.
Back in goal shooter. Positional changes. We can see Amy Byrne in centre for the Magpies. Ellie Cooper taking a rest on the bench. The attacking end for the Magpies remains the same and defensively remains the same. And for the Pigeons, Kalisha Pell retaking the quarter. Great shot there from Clark to start this fourth quarter. Kalisha Pell coming back on in goal attack. McNamara staying out in wing attack, and the rest of the court remaining the same, with Moore dropping into goal shooter, giving Maddie Allen the opportunity for the rest.
I'm not sure that ball was meant for Moore. I'm pretty sure that was meant for Pell, but it fell into her hands.
They will take that, though, the 4-goal lead to the Pigeons here in this fourth quarter. Thanks to Martin's Albury.
And Reed, just a quick wrap of other games. Lavington well on top of Wang Rovers, 49-22. North Albury leading Albury, 31-26. Raiders, big leaders over Wodonga, 54-31. So some big margins there.
Oh, Clark is on song from that mid to long range.
She is today, isn't she?
Beautiful shooting. Pell, great release on the centre pass there.
Oh,
McNamara.
just got to McNamara. That ball.
Just burn a little bit late. McNamara to Davis. Dean and Price splitting the circle. Sorry, and Moore stepping through. Takes Yarra up to 35 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
Newton off the line for the Magpies, forced to go back to Price. Comes through to Byrne and hands over everything to Yarrawonga. Grady, little hands.
Just hands it to Newton. Oh, and Symes, great
Good
defence
contest
there
in the
on
air,
Georgia
wasn't it?
Clark.
Mm.
Yep. And McNamara to Davis back in the attack.
Great
McNamara
drive.
stopping there. Great drive there. And more Davis.
Oh,
and misses everything there. Did more. I think the wind didn't help that. McNamara trying to get in on the defensive pressure there. The Magpies. Great ball from Grady to Byrne. The sisters in Izzy Newton and Amy Byrne through that mid-court. I must say it's easier now
Yeah, different
with
names.
that name change for Byrne. For Izzy Newton, sorry. Dean. Keane passes off to Clark.
She
Thought about it for a
She
second.
did thought about the reset.
And opted for the pass, and Kelly Keane nets the Magpies' 32nd goal. 3 goals the lead here to the Pigeons, and a little bit of misty rains just started. Grady picking up the scraps of that attacking play from the Pigeons. So the Magpies on the attack, and Kalisha Pell, great hands over effort on the ball, gets the final tip. Davis and Byrne, a great contest. Davis calling the attackers forward. More static to the ball, but provides the screen for Pell, her first goal of this final quarter. 36 plays 32, and the rain is starting to fall.
And the crowd scattering. They're like
Looking,
mice.
wonder how many will join us under our little rotunda being held up. Great there by Kana and Darchicus.
Shout
The
out
wins?
to Andy Jakes, who's watching in the comfort of her home too.
Ah.
She just sent a message through. So.
Glad we've given you a good game to watch, Andy. As have the Pigeons and the Magpies. Larissy and Davis double playing through that mid-court. Davis having to go sideways to Ryan. Pigeons just slowing the ball down, and that ball from McNamara is floating through everyone's hands. Magpies throw in. Dean stepping up. Defensive pressure, McNamara.
And good patience by McNamara too, just to wait for that option to open up. Moore finishing it off. So Yarrawonga out to 37, leading the Magpies 31.
Oh,
And
Price,
good
tip on the
contest.
ball. Davis. Pell. Cross to Byrne.
Great tip by Byrne.
Great tip. Magpies on the attack again. Great contest from McNamara. Contact though. Byrne to Newton. Keane out of the circle to Newton again. Byrne popping it into Clark on the baseline. And a goal there from Georgia. Clark keeps them in range. 4 goals the lead to the Pigeons. 37 plays 33. A Magpies centre pass to come, and it goes to Newton in wing attack. I would think she's gotten about 80% of their centre passes today. She's been great off that line, and the attack from the Magpies still very patient. Clark presents forward, and the quick refeed. Oh, Larissy coming through at the last instance, but too slow. Clark, goal slips through. Pigeons throw in to come.
And such a shame, Reed, that the rain has come, because this has been a really good quality game.
And the boys on the all-rounders asked me earlier if the rain benefits or hinders anyone more. And I said, I think it's just whichever team can really adapt to the conditions. These players are also classy, also experienced, that the rain will just slow the pace of the ball down a little bit. And who can adjust to that as the ball is just being retrieved.
And look, certainly some players prefer it probably a bit wet and slower, and there's others that like the dry because they like to be able to run and get that give and go. But as you said, it's about adjusting, isn't it? And being smart with the play. As Moore receives the ball low, looks to give off, fakes it.
Great rebound from Moore, 2 hands possession call. And the goal from Sarah Moore takes the Pigeons out to 38 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard, leaving the Magpies 33. Price with the 1%er off the centre pass of the Pigeons puts the Magpies in the attack. McNamara coming through with Grady and Newton.
Umpire just setting the penalty here, or clarifying the penalty, I think.
Yeah, Newton took a hefty hit. It sounded like the wind was kind of knocked from her there. The penalty just being set again. Symes, it is out of play. Keane pops it in front of Clark and she pops it through back to 4. 38 plays 34 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. 4th quarter action thanks to Martin's group. Aubrey, 7.5 minutes played here on the Cavalier Homes time clock. Better attacking play there from the Magpies, finding that space in front of Clark. Back to 3. 38 plays 35.
So Davis or McNamara challenged off the line by Grady, but able to hold firm. Pell coming out, finds Moore. Has to go back to the line, just gets it over the hands of
defensive
Keane.
pressure.
It was a dangerous pass, so Ryan has it on the transverse, going back to Larissy. They're really just having to play it around here and waiting for someone to come forward, and really struggling now that it's a bit wet.
Happy to play it around.
Eventually Davis draws a contact on Byrne. So Yarrawonga with penalty. Top of the circle, off the circle edge. Davis finds Moore, looks for the reset and receives it. Smart play, finds the baseline, finds some space, makes no mistakes. So
Katie Dean had hands over the ball then, but left Moore all on her own. Pigeons out to 4, Pell obstructing. Price stepping up the penalty. And Grady Keane. Whoa. Newton did well to keep that in. It looked like it was just going to be a throw-in. Keane trying to get back her error. Symes to Larissy. And Larissy doing a great job in goal defence since coming on at half-time. Pell to Davis. More clever to come through and grab the scraps there. McNamara and popping the ball up in front of the space of Pell.
Great feed to Pell. Good vision to see her on the baseline there. And Yarrawonga moved to 40, 5-goal lead over the Wang Magpies here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. 4th quarter action brought to you by Martin's Aubrey. Davis off balance, finds Pell, goes to McNamara in the pocket, just over the hands.
Yeah, and I think Amy Byrne went up half a second early, but great to see that athleticism. The rain has stopped now. The sun has come out. Hopefully it stays this way, but it still leaves the court a little bit dewy. Pass to Pell. Price got a hand, but Pell got the final hand to it. Pigeons, can they lock in a turnover here? Grady opts for the long ball. Pell nearly, but Price nice and strong through that transition. Magpies on the attack again, the double play between the Byrne sisters. Amy Byrne pops it into Clark, and again, Symes just getting a hand to it, a tip to it. Keane refeeds to Byrne from that throw-in. Larissy, a great 3 feet from her. And Clark with the rebound. A long bomb can't connect. So Pigeons on the attack. Ryan centering and double play to Davis. And again, Davis having to do a mountain of work through that centre. McNamara. Pell nearly kept it in. Ball is still in play.
Grady thought it was
out. Oh, great rebound from Kalisha Pell. And can't quite drop in. Whoa.
Oh, and Price did well to chase that down.
You can see more just Saina Pell head up. Nothing wrong with that. Magpies attacking again. Newton to Burn. A little bit too much on it and connects with the post. Pigeons throw in. Larissy calling the space. Well played there from Larissy. Did the fake and moved. Clever stop from Davis. Gives off the high ball to Pell.
Great pass into that back space. Strong take by Pell. Finishing it off nicely. So Yarrawonga moving out to a 6-goal lead here.
41 plays 35 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
Andy just suggested we might need our bikinis on now the sun is out.
I'm not sure that's
no
one needs to see that.
A vision anyone needs.
As Kelly Keane, just that experience to get that better position makes no doubt. 36 are the Magpies, trailing the Pigeons 41. Pell and Davis more really talking McNamara there to find the space. They reset to Larissy.
Davis
deep on the line.
Through.
Davis coming through, setting up that centre channel, cutting the circle. Oh, Price again runs off that ball. Clever
she
from
can't
her.
pick it up herself.
And Newton flicks it back to a clever play there from Brooke Price.
And well watched by Newton too, just to know that she wasn't able to do that, but smart enough just to flick it back.
Symes coming through, contacts the ball just inside the circle. Larissy trying to get around in front, but Clark has the position and finishes with a goal. So 41 plays 37 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Magpies centre pass to come. Less than 2.5 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time. Burn.
And you sense the Magpies know that they're up and about.
Last couple of attacking plays have gone their way. Clark, she's been great from this range today. And again, so back to 3, 41 plays 38 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
Bench is getting loud.
Davis, McNamara, Grady now. Magpies are pretty experienced in these tight positions. A couple of the Yarrawonga players, Impel and
calling
McNamara.
Time too. Umpire knows there's not long to go, so...
Haven't had as much experience as these tighter stages of these games. Moore and Davis. They've been fabulous in this comeback from the Pigeons, and the Magpies trying to do the same. Keane giving up the contact on the transverse line, and Burns standing beside Davis. Grady has been doing exceptional work in defence.
Oh, good
on
pass.
McNamara.
Just gets past
Davis.
Price.
Oh, she's pulled up there. Price contacting on the hands of the youngster in Pell. Kalisha Pell in goal attack for the Pigeons. Takes a breath, misses, but takes a beautiful two-handed rebound and sinks the 42nd goal for the Pigeons, 4-goal leaders over the Magpies. Not a lot of time left. As the Magpies keep working it around, they need a quick goal here, and then they need a quick couple of turnovers. Clark turns, can't quite sink that one. Symes good on the contest under the post, and the Pigeons are on the attack again. McNamara gives off to Larissy. Pell, Davis. Kelly Keane with a hand. As McNamara to Ryan. As the Pigeons, the 4-goal victors over the Magpies, 42-38. Players just shaking hands, and we will get our player of the day. We're just debating who that may be as always, a big thank you to our sponsors, our major sponsor, McRae Motors, Cavalier Homes, 777 Automotive, the X-Ray Group, Martin's Group, Aubrey. We have seen an absolute fabulous clash today between the reigning premiers and ladder leaders in the Pigeons and the Magpies. Hannah Symes, our player of the day. Congratulations. What a win.
Oh, it was so fantastic. You could just see when we finished there, we're all just clapping and smiling and cheering for each other. We love playing Wang. They throw everything at us. Laws definitely made us challenge by making a few changes today, so we just kept going, and I really enjoyed that game. It was so fun.
What did you say at quarter time? Because you started slow, or Wang jumped out of the blocks. What did you change in the second quarter? Because
surprisingly, everyone was quite calm at quarter. I was like, guys, come on, let's keep going. And then I think we just made a few changes, and we're just like, come on. I know we've been focusing on making sure we bring our form and have a strong start. So we probably didn't do that our first quarter, but we definitely did it in our second. So.
And I heard a few times at the end of a quarter time huddle was just go out and have fun, which is so important. The youngsters, Kalisha Pell really stood up in that pressure in that last quarter, but Emily McNamara, we were talking, is that her first time taking the A-grade court, or has she taken the court previously?
Probably her third game.
Yeah.
But I'm so impressed by how strong she's in the wing attack. She brings those balls in, and she matches it up with her defensive pressure. So she did some really good turnovers, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and you had a real challenge on both shooters, Amanda Umansky and Georgia Clark. What were Laura's instructions to you down there? Was just to try and get a few tips as much as you could?
Yeah, absolutely. Chip away is probably our motto in defence, and Amanda's amazing. She's come back stronger than ever, and she's only going to get better. And Georgia just feeding it the ball. They're just such a duo. So just keep going.
Yeah, fantastic. Well
done.
Great comeback from you guys. A 9-goal turnaround to have that 4-goal win, and looking forward to what the season brings. And good luck at trivia tonight. Who's in your team?
Actually, Mum turned 60. Happy birthday, Mum.
Oh!
So I'll have her birthday to celebrate.
Great shout out. Oh, we'll have a great time at that, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Hannah Symes, our player of the day. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne.
Oh, lovely. Well, Tam, that brings round 12 to a close. A great win, and I think the end of the season is looking very promising for both teams. And I know the Magpies will be disappointed that they didn't continue on with that lead to get the win, but I think they will be happy that they didn't let the Pigeons really keep on a run. But they got all their 10 players on court as well, as did the Pigeons. So I think this top of the table clash, I think we will see again towards that finals period.
Absolutely, and I think that was what was really interesting, that both teams were prepared to and able to make quite a few changes and mix things up. And even for Wangaratta, when things were tight, they were prepared to make those changes and put some girls in different positions. Amy Byrne to come into centre. I don't know how much centre she's played this year, but to be prepared to roll the dice and put faith in those players, that's fantastic that they're prepared to do that. Amanda played a half game, but, they know they've got Georgia that can swing there, and Kelly, and the fact that they've got 3 shooters that they have faith in and that can get the job done is great for them. And
likewise with the Pigeons, and Hannah touched on that as well, that they swung some of those positional changes, and we do hope that Kylie Leslie is okay. She took a real tumble there, but a credit to them. So
I just think you see in these tight games the experience of a Hannah Symes with a Kylie Leslie, and likewise down the other end in the first half, Katie Dean and Hannah Grady. Those combinations, you just can't replicate the experience that those two defenders for either side have playing together, how well they know each other. It's just outstanding. And then you bring a Sarah Moore into it, and the way she's able to come on and turn a game and set up the players we talked about at the start of the game. It's great to see those players all on the court together, isn't it?
Excellent. Well, this has been round 12. The Pigeons, the victors by 4 goals. You are tuning into O&M Live Netball, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognize this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip, and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.